the main purpose of this event at Seattle U is a fundraising event for Seattle University's Indigenous Peoples Institute and Indigenous Student Association. And we were born just a little 2.5 years ago after many, many years of hoping for something like this. One of the main efforts is to fund the Indigenous Peoples Institute in perpetuity so that it'll go on and be real inbuilt into the university structure. The dream behind it was a dream I always had, that the Indigenous peoples from here and in the general area, their way of life, the way of life of the Coast Salish, should be honored and respected as much as any other wisdom way that's respected at the university. Seattle U is very open to all the different religions and spiritualities. And so we're honoring Buddhism and Hinduism and Catholicism, and really any form of spirituality is recognized, and some of it has space. The Buddhist tradition there has a space there, and they meet regularly. One of the philosophy professors is a Buddhist priest, and so all these other spiritual ways were honored, you know. But the oldest one, by far, the oldest one from here is the Coast Salish way of life. That life way, that sacred life way, Tsalangan or Hachusada, depending on what dialects you're talking in. My dream was that one should be honored along with all the others with equal respect and admiration. That's really pretty much the goal of my life. We began to notice more Indian presence and Indian voice on that level at the university, and gets out into the community. I'm very honored, you know, to have had the play there. What About Those Promises, which started us out, actually. The front line is the Coast Salish tribes trying to protect what's left, and trying to enhance what's left and preserve. What we heard from Native students every year as we met together, every year the same thing was said: we have to have a place. We have to have a place here. And we have to be able to recognize ourselves here, to see ourselves. Well, eventually we began to find out how to do that. And so we call it the indigenization of Seattle U. You're going to notice that in the murals, like in the main dining area, you go in there and they just knock you flat. Well, that was our hope. That was our hope, that we're honoring the very first people here. Our newest, most beautiful dorm is in honor of an Indian grandma by Hilbert. And that was splendid. Who would have thought? First of all, there's no dorm named after, no building named after a woman on campus. And secondly, to have an Indian grandma of that stature, that's a dream. Really, one end of the campus to the other, if a student became aware of it, there's a lot that would remind them of the original people here, and that they're still alive, they're still here. And there's a whole background of students that come. And I think every university is this way. They will check the box, you know, as they enter as freshmen, and the box Native American. So we could have 120 people doing that in an entering class of a little over 1,000. And you might have that many, or 60, checking the box. Where are they? But they have to want to be recognized as Indian. If we're really serious about saving the earth from us human beings and the total environment, I would say this voice and this presence is the center of resistance to all the craziness that's tearing our world apart. Those that wish to identify as Native, they can do that with some comfort and pride.